Yo, what is up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video where a new Pokemon in the game, Oranguru, has made its appearance. It is a normal and psychic type, and it's not too shabby in the Great League. If you look at the rankings, it's ranked extremely low, like 360 or something. But with Confusion, Foul Play, Psychic, it doesn't have the worst moveset. It's got a unique typing with that normal Psychic typing, where it doesn't have too many weaknesses, right? Dark would be a weakness, Bug would be a weakness, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head, because Ghost, it's going to single resist because of that normal typing. And we're going to see how this thing performs. This is not me battling. This is my friend and my Mazer teammate, TZ Spence, who's also a content creator, so make sure to go check him out. His Twitch channel is in the description. A Latin American battler from Mexico who's Mr. 2-1, as we say. He's on like something crazy, like a 9 or 10 match winning streak in our for our faction. All 2-1s, and he just keeps on cruising. But he's got this team, 2 strong picks surrounding the Oranguru, Froslass and Lickitung here in the Retro Cup. I kept saying Remix Cup, I believe, in my last video, when I meant to be saying Retro Cup. I was getting them mixed up. And this is a tough matchup for Licky, right? The Licks are going to deal double resisted damage, so each one of these Licks is basically doing 1 damage. Can hardly see the damage apply to the Noctowl. But the body slams are going to chip away. Noctowl's bulky enough where it can live 2 sky attacks. So it is going to be able to chip down this Noctowl. Noctowl flapping away. The Flappy Bird. Oh my god, by the way, I saw on Twitter the other day, wet owls, and wet owls look so scary. They're so weird. Froslass able to do some powder snow damage, get the Noctowl very low. And Snorlax in the back. Yeah, gonna be too much for Licky to handle. So game number 1. Unable to grab the win, but don't fret. I believe this team ends up having a nice little comeback story after that game. We see the safe swap Politoed. Doesn't have like an obvious answer to the Politoed, so gonna try and get a shield first with the Shadow Ball. And you know, to be honest, with this Shadow Poly getting so much energy, you know your Licky is like dead weight anyway against... Oh, they go for Earthquake. Nice play. You know that this Licky's like dead weight anyway against the Pidgeot, so it's not like the end of the world if you lose Switch here. So TZ loses Switch, but now he's going to get a big Confusion down potentially with Oranguru. This could be another Earthquake, so TZ going to shield this one. And this time they bit with the Weather Ball, unfortunate. I think this could be an Earth, or maybe it's just a Weather Ball. Yeah, Poly just so dang spammy. The Pidgeot comes in, but if they let this go, the Froslass might be able to get a full Powder Snow down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets the full Powder Snow down, just barely. Oh my gosh. Great patience from TZ, knowing he wins CMP if need be. There was a lot of rhymes there. That was unintentional. And no reason to bait here. Go straight for the Shadow Ball. Boom! Lands the Shadow Ball. And you might be wondering, why did the opponent not shield? Well, to be honest... Oh, actually going to let this go and let the Oranguru finish off the job. Oh no! Not lag. Is the opponent finding the lag condition? They are not. They're going to fall in the end. But yeah, the opponent, I think not shielding the Shadow Ball is the smart play because your only win condition, since the other Frost is so far ahead of energy, is them baiting you and you calling the bait. So I would agree with that no shield. All right, we've got Frost versus Tox. Mud Bomb going to be coming through here. This is not a good matchup for Toxicroak, but it can at least chip away. I'd be surprised if they shield this Avalanche. Okay, maybe they don't have an answer for... Oh, the aggressive swap into Oranguru and the 1 Confusion does so much damage. Double super effective. In comes Talonflame. which is pretty neutral here. Oranguru just looks so wise. So smart. You ever watch the Planet of the Apes movies? The like more recent ones, more modern ones? The orangutan is always just like so wise. Yeah, I don't mind this shield. This will allow you to get off the foul play. Hopefully this KOs the Talonflame. Oh yeah, it was lower than I thought. Walrein comes in. Doesn't quite get there. That's unfortunate. Gonna force Walrein to expend some energy here. I believe still has some energy banked on that Frost. Really nice patience here. And it's not like your Froslass is at jeopardy of getting farmed down by the Walrein, so it makes sense to just throw right away. And the Walrein concedes because they know the Lickitung has a lot of energy and a Power Whip stored, and the Power Whip would have probably KO'd from that range after a little bit of fast move damage. Frost into Vig. This is a terrific matchup. In comes Trev, swapping the Licky. And, you know, surprisingly, Trev can make this matchup kind of close if the Licky tries to farm all the way down. I believe if the Licky throws a Body Slam, becomes more comfortable. But, like, you'll see 3 Seed Bombs gets this Licky pretty dang low. So it's important to keep track of your counts. TZ does throw the Body Slam. If you try and lick it all the way down, sometimes the Trev can get to a 4th Seed Bomb and force a shield. So you do want to expend some energy. You'd much rather like come out with less energy, but still keep switch and not go down a shield, you know? Rather than like come out with 3 Body Slams. But look, there's a Frost. Like this energy isn't that valuable anyway. And what do you do here? I guess you kind of have to... Oh, get to another? Gets to another. That's huge. And now you honestly just sack the Oranguru, right? Just sack the Oranguru. Save your shields for Frost. GG's. The Confusion snuck through as well, which is really nice. Takes the Avalanche on the chin. And this is such a dominant matchup for Froslass because it resists the counter damage. And it's not threatened by the Body Slam either, since it's a Ghost type. So the only thing Vigoroth can threaten with is the Bulldoze. TZ's going to try and call the bait here. Lands the Bulldoze, but Bulldoze is such a bad move. It doesn't even do that much. Going for the Shadow Ball against the low Froslass. Bang, takes it out. And a very dominant win there. Another good lead. Frost into Altaria. You want to try and keep this alignment. In comes Marowak. Swaps in the Oranguru. Interesting. And yeah, it makes sense, right? Because of that normal typing, it's going to single resist the ghost moves. Yeah. It's a unique typing, right? There aren't too many Pokemon with normal psychic typing. In comes Altaria. Maybe just go for the Psychic here. Gonna get to 1 move. I like this play a lot. The Altaria is gonna get a big farm down, which is a little annoying, but get some nice chip. Let's see if TZ decides to shield. No, he's gonna take this on the Frost. Does like 40%. And an opposing Froslass. So this is an interesting matchup. I would say it's a positive matchup for Froslass when shields are down, or if there's the 1 shield scenario. But when 2 shields are still in play, this is pretty comfortable for Licky, just because these licks will continue to add up, and they don't shield either. Wow. Tried to call a Body Slam. That's very interesting, because I feel like Froslass was kind of their win condition, knowing that Altaria would be lined up against the Frost anyway. And no shields were harmed in the making of that battle. On to the next one. Opponent is rocking the Oranguru. Opponent is rocking the Oranguru this time. Avalanche coming through. We saw this does just under half health on Oranguru. Bang. Takes out a big chunk. Went for a catch on the Licky and is met by a DD, but this is not that bad for Licky. This is actually a very close matchup. because your licks are dealing super effective damage. The counters are non-stab from DD. Yeah, this is not a comfortable matchup for DD by any means. Gets a shield. That's big. Just going to let this go. Is okay. Losing switch here. We'll get to another. Unless the DD decides to throw. So yeah, DD's forced to throw. Now you let this go and you potentially farm all the way down with Froslass. Oh no, going to play it safer. Doesn't want to have to shield a Rock Slide. So is going to Confusion down. And take this move. And comes out with a Psychic loaded. There's a Greedent. Let's see how TZ decides to play this. Opponent gets a little greedy there with the overfarm, and they allow the Oranguru to get another move off here. And now no shields are remaining. And I think TZ, you just save your shields for Frost and sweep. 2 shields here. Gotta respect the crunch. Let's see if they decide to bait. They do not bait. Nice catch. Nice catch by the opponent. They're staying alive here. Opponent probably needs a bait, but no. They needed to get to 2 moves there. At least a body slam and a crunch to get the shield. And it wasn't going to happen. Froslass just so strong with a 2 shield advantage. So strong. Positive lead here against Hypno. Hypno actually doesn't do that bad, like in the 1s and the 2s. But Froslass will outpace a little bit, especially after you sneak there. And gonna bait the Avalanche. This is interesting. Opponent calls it. Kind of a crazy call. Gets off another Avalanche. They're willing to just let it go. Wants to get out of there. Swaps the Licky into the Medi. And TZ's probably thinking, like, if they're coming in with a Medi against my Froslass, they must be really weak to Froslass in the back. So I'm curious. Maybe it's like an Altaria in back. Could be possible. But they're also staying in. So maybe not. I'm not sure what's in back. Gets the shield. Coming with the Oranguru, maybe. Because all Medi can really do here is Ice Punch you. Unless it's running Dynamic Punch, but we know that's pretty rare. Ice Punch doesn't do that much. It's an opposing Oranguru. It's an opposing Oranguru. Foul play, dark hitting for super effective. Going to shield. This will allow him to get off another foul play and force the last shield. And honestly, you probably just stay in, right? You just stay in. You force the opposing Oranguru to throw energy. And then you close with Frost. Or this works too. Oh, and you actually win CMP. I didn't realize the Frost was only 4 Powder Snows away. Bang. And bang. Froslass so strong, and TZ playing around this team very well. Another positive lead. Safe swap Mew. Licky, really good response here. Obviously, unless the Mew's running like Focus Blast, there's really no charge moves Licky needs to worry about. Because even Wild Charge is non-stab. It's not going to do that much against a bulky Pokemon like Lickitung. There's 1 Wild Charge. He does less than half, so there's really no reason to shield this one. Gonna lick down and come out with a Body Slam. Altaria's gonna get a nice little farm down. We'll potentially take 2 Body Slams in the process. It's gonna be real close if Lickitung gets to a second Body Slam here. Barely gets to the second Body Slam. I was not sure if it would. Goes down. Frost comes in, opposing Frost. And willing to take this first one, and honestly, you might even just do enough confusion damage. Yeah, opponent's gonna surrender. I was gonna say you might even be able to do enough confusion damage where you can just powder snow everything down and shield. Gonna swap the Licky because he has 2 better answers. And this is not a bad matchup at all for Licky. Gonna try and bait the Body Slam, which is very interesting. Walrein does slightly outpace Lickitung. It's an average of 9 turns to get to each Icicle Spear. It's an average of 12 to get to each Body Slam. You would need to throw, what, like 9 Body Slams before it becomes 1 less lick. Anyway. Another Body Slam goes through. Gets to a 3rd here. This could force a shield. Does force the shield. Oh no. Opponent lagging? That's rough. The opponent should have gotten off a move there to either force a shield from TZ or take switch, and the opponent is tilted from the go battle lag and surrenders. I'd probably surrender too if I was the opponent, to be honest. So many Altaria leads, which is great for this team, and look at this. Oranguru. Gonna confusion down this entire Victory Bell. Is forced to shield, which is unfortunate. But gonna get off some nice chip damage against Altaria. Going for foul play on the chance you get to 2 foul plays here, which would be really nice. Does it get there? Does. Always amazing when you can get to a move with just a few HP. Puts the Altaria into a more comfortable, like, powder snow down range where you don't even really need to hit it with a charge move. Blind swap into Nido, and this game is not over because Nidoqueen with 2 shields, we know how dangerous it can be. So this game is definitely not over. Going for Body Slam. Also, smart by TZ, right, to not shield the first one since you know they're going to keep debuffing you. Now, the opponent isn't throwing these Fangs right away, which I think is questionable. I think you just go straight Fang if you're them. I don't think you bother baiting the Earth Power. I think you just go straight Fang. Because they bait, right, with Fang, and they missed out on an opportunity to have done a lot more damage if they debuffed the Lickitung earlier. So now the Nido is dry. And gonna throw here to force the last shield if the Nido wants to get off this move. It would have been really funny if that was a 1 HP KO through the shield. But does get off the Fang, has the shield. Otherwise the Dragon Breath would do too much. Gets the Powder Snow down and has the Avalanche load, and the opponent knows what's about to happen. So they are out of here. And a very nice stretch of battles there from TZ Spence. Make sure to go check out TZ. His links are in the description. A terrific battler and teammate and friend of mine. So go show him some love. And yeah, just also a special shout out for building the Oranguru and sending me the footage, since I haven't gotten one. I've caught quite a few. They've been spawning everywhere for me, it seems, but I don't have one yet that's like good enough IVs, you know, that I want to invest it. And I'm actually at like 1.1 million dust, which is the most dust I've had in a very long time. So it's nice to be over 1 million, you know, you feel like you have a little bit of reserves, but it's all subjective, right? Some people, like 200,000 dust might seem like a lot. Some people, 1 million is like a drop in the bucket. Some people have like 30 million, 60 million Stardust. So it's all subjective depending on how you play the game. But all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like. It helps out the channel. Drop a comment down below. All comments help us out as well. And subscribe if you are new and enjoyed the content. All that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.